I've got this feeling, down deep in my soul. Those words aren't just lyrics. They are the heartbeat of a generation. If you know Lionel Richie, you know a man who has defined romance for over 5 decades. He is the master of the ballad, the architect of the feel-good anthem, and a global superstar whose voice has provided the backdrop for millions of first dances and tearful goodbyes. Yet, despite his unrivaled success as a singer, songwriter, and producer, Lionel Richie has spent much of his life navigating a rocky path in the love department. For a man who wrote 3 Times a Lady, his own journey through marriage and commitment has been anything but smooth. Most of his high-profile relationships seem to fracture just as they reach their peak, leaving fans to wonder, can the man who teaches the world how to love actually find it for himself? Now, at the age of 74, Lionel Richie is making a shocking confession that no one truly expected. He is finally revealing the truth about the women who shaped him, the betrayals that broke him, and the one person who truly stands as the love of his life. Welcome to Royal Time of Hollywood. Today, we are pulling back the velvet curtain on the man behind the music to discover the reality of his legendary heart. The Tuskegee roots of a legend. To understand the man, you have to understand the soil he grew up in. Born on June 20th, 1949, in Tuskegee, Alabama, Lionel Brockman Richie Jr. was raised on the campus of Tuskegee Institute. This wasn't just any neighborhood. It was a sanctuary of Black excellence. His father, Lionel Sr., was a U.S. Army systems analyst, and his mother, Alberta, was a principal. Lionel grew up surrounded by heroes. He saw the Tuskegee Airmen walking the streets. He heard the wisdom of pioneers who refused to accept the limitations society tried to place on them. This upbringing gave him a unique perspective. When critics later claimed his music wasn't Black enough because he wrote pop ballads, Lionel simply smiled. He knew his Blackness wasn't defined by a genre, it was defined by his history. He didn't want to be the greatest Black songwriter. He wanted to be the greatest songwriter of all time who happened to be Black. Brenda Harvey and the First Heartbreak. In 1974, while still a student at Tuskegee and a rising star with the Commodores, Lionel met Brenda Harvey. They were college sweethearts, the kind of couple that seemed destined for forever. They married on October 18, 1975, just as the Commodores were exploding onto the global stage with hits like Brick House and Easy. For nearly a decade, they were the it couple of the R&B world. In 1983, they opened their hearts and home to a 2-year-old girl named Nicole Camille Escovedo, the daughter of a bandmate who couldn't care for her. Lionel and Brenda officially adopted her when she was 9, creating what looked like the perfect family unit. But the pressure of global superstardom and the temptations that come with being the world's premier romantic crooner began to erode the foundation. While still married to Brenda, Lionel began a clandestine affair with a young dancer named Diane Alexander. The end didn't come quietly. In 1988, Brenda discovered the affair and went to Diane's Beverly Hills home. What followed was a scene straight out of a tabloid nightmare. Brenda caught them together and, in a fit of absolute rage, reportedly drop-kicked Lionel in the gut. The police were called, Brenda was arrested, and the perfect marriage was shattered in the most public way possible. They finally divorced in 1993, leaving Lionel to pick up the pieces of a reputation and a heart in tatters. Diane Alexander and the $300,000 divorce. Lionel didn't wait long to try again. In 1995, he married Diane Alexander, the woman at the center of his first marriage's collapse. On the surface, it seemed like a destiny story, the mistress becoming the wife. They had 2 children together, Miles Brockman and the now famous Sophia Richie. However, the foundation built on an affair rarely holds. By 2004, the marriage was over. This divorce was even more scrutinized than the first, primarily due to Diane's staggering alimony demands. She famously requested $300,000 per month to maintain her lifestyle, which included massive allowances for clothing, plastic surgery, and laser hair removal. Lionel was learning the hard way that the cost of endless love was higher than he ever imagined. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to check out the other stories and shocking updates on our channel. We've covered many incredible celebrity journeys, tragic endings, and untold Hollywood secrets that you don't want to miss. Binge watch our previous videos to discover more surprising facts, emotional stories, and where your favorite stars are today. Your support helps us bring you more powerful content like this, so don't forget to explore, watch more, and stay tuned for the next video. The Silent Years and the Throat Mystery. During the height of his personal turmoil in the 1990s, Lionel faced an even greater threat. He lost his voice. A mysterious throat illness required 4 separate surgeries. Every time he went under the knife, he feared he would wake up and never be able to sing hello again. It was during this dark period, dealing with a messy divorce, the loss of his father, and the potential end of his career, that he nearly suffered a nervous breakdown. He credits a chance encounter with an elderly man in Jamaica for saving him. The man told him, "You are our beacon of hope. If you make it, we know we can make it." That moment of connection reminded Lionel that his life was about more than just his own struggles. The children and the grandfather role. Lionel's greatest pride isn't his Grammys or his Oscar. It's his children. His relationship with Nicole Richie is legendary. He promised her as a child, "I'm not going anywhere," and he stood by her through her wild, simple life, years and her battles with addiction. Then there is Miles, the quiet mama's boy who became a fashion model, and Sophia, who has become a global style icon in her own right. Seeing Sophia marry Elliot Grange in 2023 and recently becoming a pop to her daughter, Eloise, has brought Lionel a sense of completion. He jokes that his kid's job was to scare him to death, and they succeeded, but they also grounded him. Lisa Parigi, the surprising revelation. For years, people wondered if Lionel would ever marry again. But in 2014, he met Lisa Parigi, a Swiss-born entrepreneur 40 years his junior. Despite the age gap, they have been inseparable for over a decade. Lisa, a tech industry veteran and founder of the Estate Collection, has provided Lionel with something he lacked in his previous marriages: peace. He describes her as his safe place. She doesn't need his fame. She has her own. She speaks 4 languages, runs multiple businesses, and has integrated seamlessly into his complex blended family. At 74, Lionel is finally admitting that the love of his life isn't necessarily the person from his youth or the person he shared the most drama with. It's the person who makes the world feel quiet. The final confession. Lionel Richie has spent 75 years learning that love isn't a destination, it's a survival skill. He has endured heartbreak, multi-million-dollar divorces, the loss of his voice, and the constant scrutiny of the world. Today, he stands as a man who is stuck on the life he has built, realizing that the greatest love song he ever wrote is the one he is living now. What do you think of Lionel's journey? Do you believe his relationship with Lisa Parigi proves that love has no expiration date, or does the 40-year age gap matter? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and keep the music playing. If you enjoyed this journey through the life of a legend, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Royal Time of Hollywood, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another story of the icons who shaped our world.